Hello, John Dilworth here. Let's do some animation. Scene 35. Look at our background. That's come a long way. Vicky Vo will hit this with the appropriate atmosphere, but she has lots to play with, so I'm happy about that. Here's the front door. We're going to have this door whoosh, crash because our dear friend Jane will kick it in. So how are we going to do this? We're going from here right to here, and it's very simple. Well, how I'm going to do it. We could try to do it together. Okay, so let's try. I'm going to put this down a little bit. So I don't know. Maybe the best thing to do is to break the door. Let's put the door on the floor. So I'm just going to. You may not be able to see it. I'm going to have to turn to red. That's a problem with the lighting. So let's have the door on the floor to start with, right? And we have these details. So we'll just mark that off. And we have this. And I'm just doing this very lightly so I can commit to it later. Let me see. And then, okay, 1, 2, 3. We have 3 panels. So let's do 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's that. And then we have a panel going down the center. And here are boxes. So now let's take our... Oops, did you see that? Feel that earthquake? So here are these things. So this will be position, well, the next one. I don't know what. These are final drawings. I want them. So it's it. That one, that's A1. This is going to be A something. And that's that, right? And then here's that. Here's that. And here's that. Here's that. Right. Okay, is that off field? That's off field. So the other thing we want to do is we want to shatter the glass. I love the effect of glass. Broken. Looks nasty. Because also, the door is the door of one's perception. Right? I mean, that's a thing. And you could say that Jane is breaking the door that conceals who she really is and the reality of life as she is. Now, there is something to say about, oh, we are who we are and all of this noise. However, we don't, I really feel that because we're so unique, a species of extraordinary ability, and there's no question about that, that we could perhaps alter this thing. So the doorknob is between this and this and this. So I'm going to put that here. I'm going to overlap it. Overlap this line so it gives it a little dimension. And maybe this will be the shadow. Yeah? It's just interesting to look at. And if we ever encounter this inspiration, let's not be timid and let's go after it. And also it offers just a wee bit perspective. I'm just going to put this as a shadow here. And when it's inked, we'll hit it. So this is the glass. And there's a layer. Okay, so I'm not going to clean this up with you because more importantly, I want to be able to put in Jane's position. Maybe her key poses. Right? So we can animate into her key poses as opposed to animating straight ahead. Animating straight ahead is how I did this scene. I just simply animated straight ahead. I didn't have key poses. Same with this, Jim. We'll have to show you this. But this, something like this, where it's contained, and she's not quite moving as much as previously. Let's do key poses. I'm getting paper. It's always a pleasure to animate with you, so we can explore things together and maybe learn 17 things. Okay, so here's the top of the field. Oh, I want to do this in red, so that we could see. So her foot has got to be, okay, so let's find where she is. Let's say her head's there and her back and her groin there. And she's going to hold the door here. So I'm going to have her hands gruesome, because that's also creepy as all, you know what I mean. You just don't want to see that ever when you wake up in the morning and there's this thing here. And she's looking at this door, so her eyes are going to be down. We have and her hair will be here, and she has ears. I'm going to do her hair like, we can't see her face yet, you know. It's perspective. And not that I'm very good at this stuff, but you see this all the time in comic books. I always thought that comic book artists who can draw comic books would be great designers and background artists for animation. But they like comic books. They love that stuff. But who knows? Anyway, that's another story. So she could be there, but I don't really like it. We're going to have to adjust this. There's no distribution of force. Let's say the door, maybe her foot's, and I want to change her angle of her face so we can see a little bit more, make it scary. Bang, right? Hold on. Whenever I get anxious, I get heavy-handed with my drawing. I want something. And actually, did she pop forward? It looks nice that she's in the room, but she really should be back here, right? See or no? Ah! Ah! I like that she has to be. So we know that that's where the cutoff is. But she really has to be. How could she be in two places? And maybe her foot isn't connected. But this is bad. So that's it. I gotta get rid of her. I gotta put her backwards. So her foot here, she kicked this thing in, angled this way. So her head would be here, and you could have, maybe it's this way, right? Her arms. And there's her, whatever that part of her body is. And her eyes. Her head's tilted like that. Oh, well, now I think that we could extend it. We could get our foot back here in perspective. So that could be good. You heard that was Cuckoo Chanel right there, warning us. Did you count how many, what time it is? And you know, we love sound effects when we're drawing. I gotta get this foot right. So let's see what it looks like in the hallway here. You think she's too big? Well, she'll bounce. So that's the story. And that door will come out here. Let me see. It's not too bad. What does Jane look like? Poor Jane. She's getting the worst of it, man. But that's what Kurt Vonnegut suggested when we create characters, is to do the most horrible things to them, right? So you could discover what they're made out of. And what do you, in TV animation, I don't know, it's a kind of fun medium to evolve a character, to discover what it is. And she's not going to be happy. Oh, we haven't got a stop motion animator to do that. Although I'm thinking about what if I just contacted one of the artists who did that Freaky Fred thing. I thought I thought I saw. I'm going to move the arm. It's constant adjustments so that we could enjoy a pose. I don't want. Let me see. Should we change? Maybe it's her hip because she's kicked this thing, and that will make it happen somehow. Well, let's do this. Since we roughed this up, let's see what happens if I. Now she's got a waist, right, and she has boobies. She does have, but she can't have these eyes. Her eyes have to be crazed eyes. And we're just drawing this to see where we're going. Yeah. I'm not going to do much more than that. I haven't seen Jane from above, so I don't know what she looks like. She has this, but this has got to be gone. So let's do this instead, right? And do that, and her hair coming out crazy, like crazy. What was I saying? I can't remember when we're doing poses. Let me see. So she's at the top of cutoff, but I don't think that's too bad because the timing is going to be so short, and all we want to see is this, that her foot kicked this thing in, right? And I'm going to give that, and I'm just going to pull her arm there. I'm going to give her that one, and that one, and that one. Should we give her a... yeah, okay, so there it is. We did her hand. That's pretty intense. That's pretty intense looking. Right? And her teeth, we'll just give her teeth like this, and who knows. And then her footy. So, if we do right, a little bit of right, then we could, I don't even have to finish because you know what I'm thinking. Just want some extra good stuff to look at for 2 seconds. And here's her pant. Let me see. Let me get her. Oh, this part will kill me. Oh. Should we do that? Oh, look what happened. Without even wanting it to happen, it happened. We got a nice little we have a nice little drawing here. Actually, I could scan this, and an inker could just ink it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to... oh, that was an earthquake. Are you all right? Let's see what's happening. Well, we'll go with this for now and hope that we survive. So I just wanted to give her... that's what I love these animation discs. These discs. Because I could pivot. And there's a little shoe. Now I'm going to put this back. Oh yeah. What? Well, I won't do that again in the future. So rest assured that no more earthquakes will occur. So let me just finish this then. Or maybe I don't have to finish this because I want to show you something else. Let's do this door, because the door could just be a form. And I don't need this. We just need to know what we need to know. This is a perfect example of, let's say, what we're going to do. Let's do this. We could use this as a guide, right? Because we've already done it. Let's use blue here. So I'm just putting the positions of our door. And we know this. So I'm going to take this noise off. And this we're going to just try out. So if you see that there's a... let me see this. Let me just show you this. There is a slight... it's not straight. So what would you do? How would we do this? The door comes open, right? So we're going to give it a curve and tilt this in like this so we can feel it, right? And this will occupy 1. And then, I know it gets very exciting, we could have the top of the door frame come up like this and curve down. Right, so if you could see it, this is 1, this is 2, and then it's going to fall straight down, and here's the angle right here, so we can go like this. It's the top of the door, and deep perspective. All right, if you could see, and this is 3, and then this just continues to fall, and you see this, I'm going to put the door, it's falling, and this there, and this would be 4 and 5 with a hard, and then it's very important that the glass doesn't shatter right away. You hit the floor intact, and the next drawing, boom! That's going to give us some dynamism in action. Until then, stay animated.